Hola mi gente, welcome back to another video. I am gonna do a little get ready with me today because I'm going to barbecue later and I'm really excited. I don't know what kind of makeup I'm gonna do, but I just felt like sitting down and filming a video and just chatting. So yeah, we'll see what kind of makeup I go for, but I'm gonna start off by moisturizing my skin a little bit. I'm obsessed with this Clyganic Rose Hip Oil. It's this one from, I don't know if it'll focus. There you go. It's from Amazon and I saw a lot of really good reviews for this and I've really been enjoying this oil. It's super nice and like very lightweight. I love using oils for my skin because it's very dry, and I notice that like if I don't have my skin hydrated when I'm putting on makeup, my makeup always looks really cakey, or it'll look almost like splotchy or like patchy, and that's obviously not very cute. And then it'll start to like just peel, and I really don't like that. So I try to keep it moisturized so that way everything goes on really smoothly and it stays looking fresh and hydrated. So yeah, this stuff is amazing. And then I think I'm just gonna put on some primer. I'm using the Luminous Putty Primer from e.l.f. This one is amazing too. I love it. I wanted to sit down and talk because I feel like my life right now is kind of like in a weird limbo. So I am immigrating to Canada, which is really exciting. I'm immigrating here just because I am in the animation industry and there's a lot of opportunities here in Vancouver for animation. And also the city is just gorgeous. I love Vancouver. I've fallen in love with like how walkable the city is, and you have like nature, you have the ocean and mountains, you can go hiking. But there's also the city, which is cool. And everybody here is just so nice. Like I really feel like I've made it my home and I have amazing friends here. And I just feel like I couldn't ask for more, you know? So yeah, that's why I'm immigrating here. But the process of immigrating is kind of like a very long and slow one. There's a lot of waiting and seeing like what's going to happen, just like following next steps, a lot of paperwork, and it can be like mentally and emotionally draining and exhausting. So I also don't have a mirror, so if I'm like looking off to the side, it's because I'm looking at the camera and I want to make sure that I don't look like I don't know where I'm putting everything. So yeah, anyways, I'm using the Kosas concealer. I love this stuff, it's so good, and I feel like it's very hydrating for my skin. But yeah, it's just been a very long process, and so I feel like because of that, there's a lot of things that I'm waiting for to happen. Like once I get like it's called permanent residency or PR, once I get that like finalized, I can move on to like whatever else is pending. So yeah, there is that limbo. And then the other thing that's happening is that right now, I don't know if it's just the animation industry, but I feel like my industry right now as a whole is kind of like on a slow. There's strikes going on with the writers and actors, so that in a way is affecting animation. I specifically work in motion capture, and So video games right now are, at least for my studio, they're not like popping off, like things are on hold and being paused and moved and rescheduled. So that's also like something else that's like causing me to be in a limbo. But yeah, so there's just like a lot of waiting going around, and I feel just like emotionally and mentally drained because of that, because it's kind of like waiting for the unknown and not knowing what's happening, what the next steps are going to be. But yeah, I'm just trying to find comfort in everyday things and stay positive, and hopefully things will work out and turn out to be much better than what they seem like right now. So yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to come on here and film this video, because I felt like I needed like just a reset and to just let things out and remind myself that everything is going to be okay. And hopefully if you're going through something similar, this gives you like a sense of peace and calmness, and know that like you are not alone in this journey. So yeah, I'm going over my concealer with another concealer. I'm using the one from NARS. It's the creamy concealer. This stuff is amazing, and it's the little trial size version. This one is in the color Café con Leche. It's so good. I love it. Literally is so creamy. I love how creamy it is, and it blends really well. So I'm just going to pat that in. But yeah, I'm super excited for this barbecue because it's been a while since I've seen this group of friends, and I love them so much. Like, we always get together to do fun things like go hiking or do like little, it almost feels like a family, like we're getting together for like a family barbecue. So I'm really excited for that. And I'm going to bring dessert to the barbecue. So I'm thinking about bringing like apple pie, or I don't know, apple pie and like ice cream. I feel like that combination is so delicious. And lately I've also been very nostalgic and like missing home. I'm from Georgia, and so like something that I used to eat all the time would be apple pie, or like something cozy like a peach cobbler with ice cream. I just love that combination. I don't know if like you eat that anywhere else in the world, but I know specifically like southern United States, that's like a really good dessert. Like that's, yeah, it's just like so comforting. It's so good. So I'm gonna see if I can go to the grocery store before the barbecue and just get that combo and then bring it to the party. It's gonna be really fun. I'm grabbing some bronzer from the Patrick Ta for face bronzer. Can you see it? I feel like that's so like early YouTube, like, oh my god, look at my product. But yeah, I love this stuff. It's so good. It has like a creamy part over here, like at the top, and then down here it has a like powder bronzer. So I love like putting on the cream part first and then going over with the powder. It's so nice. I've been trying to also like put it on my nose just to like give it a little bit more of like a definition. And I feel like it looks really good. Even though my brush is kind of like big and bulky, it's kind of hard to get into like small places. But yeah, I feel like it adds like some warmth to my skin. But yeah, lately also like to cope with just everything going on with life and work, I have been shopping, and it's probably like not the best thing to do right now. I should be saving money, but you know, when you just need like an outlet, shopping has always been that for me. And it might seem like counterproductive, but I try to just like keep a mental budget of how much I'm spending and adjust my numbers and be like, okay, if I'm spending here like for shopping, maybe I won't spend this much in like other areas of my life. So in my mind, I kind of justify it. I don't know if anybody does the same. Probably I could be better about my spending habits, and eventually I will get there, but for now it honestly has been super nice to like go out to like boutiques, go for a walk and like explore the city, find like a cute store and see what they have. That's like one of my favorite things to do. I'm gonna go with some blush. I'm using the Rare Beauty blush. This one is Joy. It's like the little cream blush. This stuff is incredible. I've had this tube for a while, and it's like the little like tester size, and it's lasted me a very long time, and I literally use it almost every day, so it's totally worth it. It's so good. And it just gives you such a pretty color. I feel like I've gotten tan this summer and it complements my skin really nicely. It's like a corally color. I might have put a little bit too much, but that's okay. So yesterday I actually went to this boutique, and let me show you. I got this scrub. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's called Bear and Joey Cosmetics Coffee Scrub, and it has organic coconut oil, vitamin E, vanilla, and grapefruit. And y'all, it smells literally like, well, it's coffee, but it smells so good. It's like fruity, but also a little bit warm and cozy because of the vanilla. And I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. It gives you kind of like a moisturized, hydrated feel after you use it. And so yeah, I'm really excited. I saw actually just now that the expiration date is on October, so I need to use this up real quick, but I don't think that will be a problem. So yeah, I'm really happy with that purchase. I feel like at least the things that I buy are like comfort items. It's not like I'm spending it on things that are unnecessary. Well, maybe it is kind of unnecessary, but for me it just feels like a feel-good purchase, and I feel like that's not a big problem. I'm gonna go in with some highlighter. I love this highlighter. I recently talked about this in my July favorites, but it's the Nubian highlighter. It's from Juvia's Place or Juvia's Palace, I think. And I don't know if they sell this brand in Canada. I hope they do. But you can see like it's just so pretty. Like it's very subtle, but it's gorgeous. And they have like a lot of different colors. I got this one in Ulta when I was at the States. But it's so nice. And I feel like because it blends so well, you can't even tell that it's like a powder. Like it doesn't leave like a powdery finish, which I really like. It just kind of looks like it's your skin. So yeah, this stuff is amazing. It's this one right here. So pretty, and like the logo already came off, but I love it. It's so good. I'm gonna see if they sell it here. I haven't actually like actively searched for it in Canada, but yeah, it's amazing. I want to put on some lip liner later. And I want to make sure that my lips are hydrated. So now that I have like my face done, I want to go in and do some eyeshadow. Nothing like super crazy. I don't have too much time, but just something to brighten up my eyes. I also have been resorting a lot to like reading, and reading books has been the best escape recently. Like, I cannot tell you how grateful I am to the books that I've read this year. They have been like just like a friend, you know, like, I don't know, it's just like another world that you can escape to. And of course, like, I love movies, I love shows, that's why I work in the industry that I do. But there's just something so nice about books, because I guess you can just imagine everything yourself, you know. You make up the characters in your head and like what they look like physically from the author's descriptions, and there's just something about getting lost in a book that's so magical. And I just finished reading 2 books that I really loved. I have this friend, her name is Cherry, and she has like the best book recommendations. She's really into like fantasy books, and I'm really grateful for her, because like I feel like I wouldn't naturally gravitate towards these books, but she's made them like present in my life, and now I'm like, oh my god, I'm so glad I read them. I don't have the first one that I read, but the first one I read was called Legends and Lattes, and that one was so cute. It's super cozy, and I will say it's kind of slow. Oh, I don't think I said, but I use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, and it's an anti-aging one. I really love this stuff. It's so good. Actually, I don't know like what I'm gonna do for eyeshadow. I'm literally just like following whatever my creativity tells me, but I think I'm gonna use this palette, the Tartelette in Bloom. I've literally had this palette for forever. I don't know if that's like disgusting at this point, but I love it so much. I love the colors. They're so pretty. There we go. It's just so beautiful. It's like a classic like nude earthy palette, so that's why I haven't like thrown it away. I really love this palette. But anyways, so the Legends and Lattes book, it's super cute and really cozy. It's about an ogre, and she was like, I guess, fighting in like wars or whatever in like her past life. And on one of her excursions, she ends up like learning about coffee. And sorry, I don't know if you can hear Shasta. She's like crying at my door. Let me actually go open it for her before she gets crazy. Do you guys have pets? Like, it's so funny. Shasta is so cute. There's times where like she'll like knock on my door and she's crying. I don't know if she's just like trying to say hello or what, but I was like, do you want to come in? And she just like sat at the door and stared at me. And I was like, I think you don't want to come in. I think you just wanted to talk to me. So it's really funny. It's really cute that she does that. Yeah, so Legends and Lattes, it was so sweet, really cute, because like I was saying, this ogre, she like discovers coffee in this town where she has to go to like do this, I don't even know, like she's not technically going to war, but like she's on a mission, and she discovers coffee there, and it just kind of like changes her life and like her life goal. And she's like, wow, this is something that I never even knew existed. It's incredible. And so it's just the story of her like opening a coffee shop in her hometown, and just like everything that it takes to open this coffee shop. And it's so cute. It was kind of slow, like I will admit that, I guess, because it's like supposed to be comforting and cozy. Nothing like insane happens where you're like, well, maybe there is one part that does get a little wild, but for the most part, it's just like really nice to read. It's super relaxing, and it was so fun to just like to get lost in. So I'm super happy that I read that book and that it was so comforting. And then I also literally today just finished a new one. It's called The House in the Cerulean Sea. Guys, I am like in love with this book. It's so good. It's so sweet. The story is beautiful and amazing, and just like kind of restores your hope and faith in humanity. And the way the author writes, like, he's so good. Like, he's such a good writer. Like, he just makes everything so vivid in your mind. And I felt like I was reading like a movie, you know? Like, there's some books where you're like, that was such a good book. But like, this book was like, I felt like I was watching a movie. It was amazing. I can't stop talking about it. Like, I've raved about it to my roommate and my boyfriend. I'm like, you guys have to read it. It's so good. It's super sweet, and like so heartwarming. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm really like just so grateful to Cherry. If she's watching this, I don't know if she watches my videos at all or if she knows I make videos, but yeah, like I'm really happy that I read this because it was super comforting, and I felt like I needed just like an escape, because I hate when like stress consumes your life to the point where all you talk about is what is stressing you out. And I don't want to be that person. Like, I know it's important to talk about what's happening in your life with your friends and like have people to confide in, but I also know that at a certain point, you know, it can become a little bit too much. So I was like, let me find something that I can just like escape to for a little bit and focus on. And reading for me has been just that, like just being able to like be in my home and be in the same place where I am, but like have somewhere to retreat to and not worry about anything. So yeah, if you haven't read these books and you like fantasy and fiction and like cozy feel-good stories, I highly recommend them. They're so good, especially The House in the Cerulean Sea. It's just like such a gorgeous story, and it has such a loving and and sweet message. And Shasta, oh my god. Hi. She's outside like on my porch and she's like crying out the window. She's so cute. I feel like setting my face just randomly, so I'm gonna use the Stay All Night setting mist from e.l.f. This one is so nice. It smells like cucumber. This is kind of fun, just being spontaneous. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a darker color, just like in the outer corner. But yeah, that's basically been my escape. It's just like spending time with myself and feeling like I am nurturing the part of me that needs to be nurtured with books. So I just went in and added like some dark browns in there, but I feel like it's a little bit too dark, so now I want to lighten it up. I think I'm gonna go in with a white and just put that into my inner corner. I cannot recommend these books enough, or just reading in general. I think reading is so good for the soul and for your mind. And sometimes, you know, it's just fun to like escape into a story that has nothing to do with your life, and then you just end up feeling like small in a good way, you know, like you end up realizing like, okay, there's other things going on in the world, other stories, like other things that I can put my time and energy towards, and it makes your situation feel like it's a little bit more like manageable, you know? So yeah, I highly recommend those books. Okay, so I'm going in with another palette now. And I'm using the one from Milani. It's the Milani Luster Light palette. And I'm just going with a white and putting that all over my lid, just to add a little bit more like brightness. I think I'm going to put maybe like a pink. This is starting to get like a little wild. I think I ended up like darkening it a little bit, but I feel like it looks a little bit better because there's a little bit more color in there. It's not just like dark. So I'm adding a pink to mix into the brown in my inner corner. And I've also been finding a lot of comfort in Zoella's vlogs. She's doing Vlogmas right now, and if you don't know about Zoella, she's amazing. I love her videos. They're really comforting and like so cute. My sister had actually introduced me to her videos, and it was cool because one time we went to London and we ended up seeing her. It was really fun. We went to like this, I guess like book launch. I think she was doing like a book tour of like her hosting book, because she had written this incredible book about like how to be a good host, how to throw parties, and I don't know where I put that book, but that book was amazing. I almost want to buy a new copy because I don't know where it is and I love it. But yeah, we got to see her and it was so much fun. I remember that day super well, and we were just like super giddy and excited about seeing her in person and hearing her talk about her book. Alfie was also there, which was really cool. And yeah, so I highly recommend Zoella's videos because they're so sweet and so comforting. And she's just like a lovely human being all overall. But yeah, it's fun to watch your favorite YouTubers just grow. And you're like, oh my god, I remember when you used to be like this and now you're in this new stage of life. I opened the window a little bit more just to let more light in. I felt like it was getting kind of dark, but yeah, so I feel like my eyeshadow looks nicer. I felt like it was kind of a little bit too dark, so I've brightened it up a tiny bit, just added a little bit more color. And I feel like now I want to just go in with some eyeliner. This one is from Rare Beauty. It's the amazing liquid liner, and I am obsessed. Does this ever happen to you where you are like doing your liner and you're doing it the same that you've always done, but for some reason it just looks different? Like it doesn't look the same. I don't know why that happens, because like I literally do it the same way I've always been doing it, but for some reason, it could be that I just did it at a different angle, but for some reason it looks just so different. Okay, perfect. They are definitely not the same, but it's okay. I think I can get away with it. I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'm going to do my brows. Going back to books, another one that I am starting right now. I literally am like a bookworm right now, but I swear reading has been like the best therapy for me. This one I'm so excited to be starting. It's called Precious Cargo. by Craig Davidson. It was also my favorites book, even though I haven't even read it, but it was my favorites because I ended up finding it in one of those little free libraries. I don't know if you have any of those like near where you live. They're so cute though. They're like these little like treehouse type looking libraries that literally, it's just like a treehouse that you open and it'll be like in some random neighborhood, and it has shelves, and inside there is free books. And kind of like the premise of these tree house or free libraries is that you take a book and then you give a book, so you end up like grabbing one from inside, and you can end up leaving another one in there that you want to share with the world. And so I ended up finding these, and I'm really excited. I found that one and another one that I also mentioned in my favorites video. That's called, I think, The Unhoneymooners. That one looks really fun, just like a feel-good, fun time type of book. But this one by Craig Davidson is not fiction, it's nonfiction, and it's a memoir of the author's experience driving a school bus and how that just like changed his life. Specifically, it was a school bus with kids who were special needs, and how that really just like opened his eyes and impacted him. So yeah, I'm really excited. My roommate ended up reading it earlier this year, and she said it's like one of her favorite books. So I'm really excited to dive into that one. The brows are done. Also, if you hear seagulls in the background, there's a lot of seagulls here in Vancouver. There's like 1,000. There's so many. And there's one outside. There's like a little couple. They're so cute. They have like a nest, and it was really sad. They had built their nest, and it's on a rooftop next to our apartment. There was like a bunch of like overgrown leaves, and for some reason they ended up like, somebody ended up taking that down, and so it was like devastating for the seagulls because it was like their hiding place for the nest. And I'm like almost 100% sure that like I saw them mourning. Like, it was so sad because their like nest and the safety of it was gone because they took away like the overgrown leaves. But they started rebuilding their nest, and it's so cute. It like made me so happy to see that they didn't give up. So I am excited for them to have their babies. I also think that they are, so last year there were also 2 seagulls on the same rooftop that built a nest and gave birth there, and I'm almost certain that these are now the babies that were born last year, and now they are like, unless like seagulls have a, I don't know, a longer like time between being babies and adults, but I'm pretty sure they are the same ones. Which I think is so cool. Like, if that's the case, that's amazing that they like came back to their home. So I'm going to go in with some voluminous mascara. This one's from L'Oreal. I love this one. It's really great for sensitive eyes. I have very sensitive eyes because I got LASIK a long time ago, and so my eyes just don't do well with specific mascaras, but I know for a fact this one is one that my eyes do like, so I will be putting that on and I'll be back. Yay! That is my final look. I put on some lip liner too. I put these both on. I use the Maybelline Color Sensational lip liner. This one is in Dusty Rose. I'm obsessed with this one. And also mixed it with the color Riche Matte, which is in the color Infatuated with You. And it is beautiful. It's a gorgeous red. I also forgot my earrings. I need to go to the grocery store and get my dessert so that way we have a delicious dessert for after the barbecue. I'm so excited. So I got these from H&M. They're so cute, right? They're adorable. And then I am going to put on these super tiny little star studs. Oh gosh. You know, like when the camera's like on one side and and like you're, I don't know, anyways. I'm also putting on these little star studs that are gorgeous. I love them. Yeah, it's so pretty. And my conch is healing really well. I know I had made a video about that. I haven't updated, but it's doing really, really well. I love it. It's so cute. But yeah, this is my final look. I hope that you guys love it. More than anything, I hope you had fun watching this video and that it wasn't too boring. But I feel so much better. Sometimes you just need to like get ready, and even just like talking to the camera has been the greatest therapy. So yeah, I'm very grateful for this little outlet that I have. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing day or week if you are starting off your week. For me, it is Saturday, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna enjoy this weekend and soak up the sun. So I hope you do too, and that you take care of yourself. And if you're going through a hard time, just know that it's temporary. It will all be over eventually, and you'll be in a much better place. So yeah, I'm sending you lots of love and hugs and best wishes, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Adios.